Okay, I fiddled with the lighting a little bit because it seemed like it was really bright before, like really bright before. I don't know if this is better or worse, and it's difficult to see on my little viewfinder. So all I have left to do is, or are rather, my eyebrows. So I said I would show you that bit. So what I'm going to use is what I always use. If you prefer to use, I'm going to use, sorry, the HD brow powder. I use, what color are you, friend? Ash brown, which is this color here. If you prefer to use pencil, you can use pencil. Sometimes I'd use pencil, yeah. So I've got, you know, the Inglot one and the Rimmel one still here. Sometimes I would use them, just depends. But generally, well, no, if I'm going out for a night out, I'll use both. So actually, maybe I'll do it that way. So I'm going to use the Rimmel pencil first, and I need a mirror. That helps. Here we go. Hello, little mirror. Oh, that's the big side. Let's put it on the normal side. Don't slide, please, little mirror friend. I have like a little table thing set in front of me here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is look into the mirror here, tilt my head back a little bit so I can see in there it's a little bit lighter. Just gently fill that in along the bottom line in little strokes. So, oh, you can see that's really defined that underneath part of my brow. I'm going to do my eyebrows darker. I'm going to zoom you out a little bit as well, actually, because I think it's going out of focus. I'm going to do my eyebrows a little darker than I normally would, just purposely so you guys can see. I do keep my eyebrows quite light because I like to be able to change the shape and the colour and things like that. So I personally prefer to do straight line up and then round out and down. This is my easier eyebrow to do. As I said, this one's got more shape than this one. I know this one here looks completely baldy there, but there are hairs there, I promise. They're just shy. And then I sort of repeat the same. I don't do it so much at the front here, but at the back of the brow. Okay, and just really light little strokes. And then through the back of the brow is where you want it to be darkest, okay? You want it to be, your brow's naturally lighter at the front, so you don't want it to be like really heavy. That's how it ends up looking like a, you know, Scouse brow or too heavy. So keep this front area of your brow that little bit lighter. You can still have that definition underneath, but okay, so you just want to even them up. And then I'm going to pull a tiny bit of this through the front of the brow. Like so. Okay, and I'm going to use my brush spoolie thing, and I'm going to wiggle from that baseline up, and it's really going to blend it through and into the skin. So you can see that really harsh line now has kind of gone, and it's a lot more blended. Okay, I'm going to repeat that on the other side. Okay, and then I'm going to use my powder in, yeah, ash brown, which is, and it's closed and at my finger, the less ready one. I used to use the more red one, but I prefer the less ready one. Okay, and I'm going to do essentially the same thing. You can have your brows sort of whatever shape you prefer, but this is just, you know, obviously how I prefer mine. It's up to you. Oh, sorry. With these brow powders and with most brow powders, they are very heavily pigmented. So do be aware of that, especially because you already have something under there acting as a base, the pencil. So that's giving that powder that little bit extra to stick to. Okay, so that's one done, if you will. I'm going to leave it for a wee minute while I do the other one, just to let any powder and things like that like settle. I know it sounds really weird, but it's just, I'm weird. And repeat on the other side. So you just need to be a little bit more precise with this area in here, obviously, that has no hair. Well, I do. You probably do have hair there. It's fine, but I need to be a little more precise and a little more careful with that area. I prefer to pull up from the sort of baseline, if you will, through the brow. Okay, so that's them both filled in. They look pretty intense right about now, especially in that camera. So again, take my spoolie. This is going to get rid of any excess powder that are sitting on the wee hairs. And it'll also show you any wee bits that you need to go back in and just maybe pay a little bit more attention. So I'm just gonna got a tiny little bit here. This also seems like it's taking ages, but seriously, when I do it myself, it's like, and they're done, you know. So it doesn't take that long, just because I'm showing you. It might for the first few times until you just get the hang of the shape and things that you want, and, you know, sort of what bits and pieces you need to, like, fiddle around with a little bit more and what have you, but so I'm pretty happy with that. The other thing you can do if you really want to define your brows is you can etch in a little underneath this area in here with some concealer, or the same on the top of the brow if you really want to really have them very, very sharp. So if you're wanting to have your brows sort of very sharp, you can yeah, etch them out in that concealer around the eye, and also even with a highlighter. I don't have a small brush that's not dirty to hand to show you even, but I've got a cotton bud that'll, you know, do the job even for a sec. You know, just use a little bit of your highlighter or your concealer, whatever you want, and you know, you can go back in right in under that line you've just done. And then above it as well. That's up to you. You can also set your brows. I would sometimes just use either the MAC Brow Set and Clear or just a clear mascara, whatever suits you. If you find that your brows are sort of really unruly and tend to move, or you brush your face a lot or whatever, then yeah, I honestly don't. So it doesn't tend to be too much of a problem for me. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. Please let me know what you think about the lighting thing, you know, sort of the start compared to now, and this and the other thing. I'll pop in a little picture as well so you can see the before of my brows before they were filled in or anything like that, and sort of, you know, after as well. So you get a better idea. Also as well, should note, I wear glasses. So it's quite important to me to have quite shaped brows because they really, you know, frame my face and that. And they help with the glasses situation, bring a bit more focus to my eyeball. Yeah, anyway, if you enjoyed this, please feel free to subscribe down here or here, but I think maybe here or maybe over here. I'll pop links and everything in the information box to the reviews on the couple of things that I talked about that I have on my face, foundation and the demo and stuff like that, and my blog, and anywhere you can find me, anywhere really. And if you have any questions or anything like that, please free to give me a shout. Please feel free. What about feeling? No more feeling. That's it. Yeah. That's all. Subscribe. Be my friend. Okay, bye.